What's up, everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today is Friday, April 11th. In today's video, I have some exciting news to share with you because there are some rumors and pretty much a little bit of confirmation that there's more than just Slingshot that's going to be integrating runes into their system. Now, what does this all mean and why is this very bullish for runes, especially Dog Bitcoin? Because as you can tell, Dog Bitcoin is up 9% over the past 24 hours. Well, let's dive deep. Let's get right into it and understand the current market conditions. So let's go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our X platform, and please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct message, or email, so please be careful and invest safely. So guys and girls, let's get right into it. So as you can tell, right now, Dog Bitcoin is up around 9%, roughly around $148 million in market cap. Now that to me is very tiny compared to Bitcoin's $1.5 to $1.6 trillion market cap. Dog right now is 0.007% of Bitcoin's market cap. So there's a lot of upside that I see with Dog Bitcoin. Now, why is Dog pumping? Well, it could be because Bitcoin is also pumping as well. It's up 4% over the past 24 hours. So whatever happens to Bitcoin is ultimately going to positively or negatively going to affect cryptocurrency, altcoins, gaming altcoins, especially meme coins. So right now, everybody's paying attention to runes. And let's go ahead and focus on Dog Bitcoin's ranking though, because if you pay attention over the past 7 days, yes, it's up 10%, but not everything else is up 10%. So it's very few coins, especially meme coins, that are up over the past 7 days. And the reason it's up over the past 7 days and why the ranking of Dog keeps going up is because there is some news that's coming out really soon, which I will share with you in just a little bit. But before we look into that, let's look at the overall crypto market. So Bitcoin right now is following the same trajectory as the M2 money supply. And we've shared this image before, which Colin Talks Crypto has shared with us as well. But there's some breaking news. Now, he's actually noticed that there has been an uptick in the global M2 money supply. And the reason that's important is because he started to see at this very point right here that is this the top? Is this the very peak of the global M2 money supply? Because if it is, that means that Bitcoin would meet a top of around $130,000. But he's seeing a reversal, meaning there's more money being stimulated within the economy globally. And that means if that's going to happen, Bitcoin's going to follow suit in that, and that means Bitcoin has more upside to go beyond $130,000. Now, what Plan B is sharing in this specific image is 7 months to go into the 6 month before 18 months after halving. So what does this all mean? So basically 18 months after a Bitcoin halving, we see a bunch of red dots before we see blue dots. Whenever you see blue dots, that's when we start to see a reversal, meaning that we're going to actually see a downtrend in Bitcoin's price. But right now we're only 7 months in of the 18 months. So what that means is we still have many more months to go for more upside, meaning that there are more red dots that we could expect before we start seeing blue dots. So that's very bullish. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty and breaking news regarding what I'm seeing within runes. Now yesterday, MoonPay was following my account and I wanted to just kind of get MoonPay to pay attention to Dog. So I said, shall we get Dog Bitcoin on MoonPay? And so after that, we've seen a lot of engagement, over 7,000 impressions. Now, why is this really important? Because yesterday, Vo, who is now the business lead behind slingshotcrypto and also is working with Magic Eden, has been with Magic Eden for quite some time, she says very soon, Bitcoin tokens are going to be as easy to trade as every other token. You'll be able to buy Bitcoin tokens, aka runes, with Apple Pay, PayPal, Venmo, and popular credit cards such as Visa, MasterCard, and more. You'll be able to buy Bitcoin runes, aka tokens, with USDC across 10 different chains, actually more than 10 different chains, without having to bridge these tokens. Now, in this response, guess who retweeted this? It was MoonPay. And they said, can confirm. So what does this all mean? What is MoonPay? So this is what MoonPay is. It's basically a financial technology company that provides a platform for buying and selling and swatching cryptocurrencies, essentially acting as a crypto on-ramp service, allowing users to easily convert fiat currencies into digital assets. Now, the reason this is important is because you already know that MoonPay is integrated with Slingshot. So that's why when Dog Bitcoin and many of these other runes are going to be available on Slingshot, which has been acquired by Magic Eden, normies will be able to buy Bitcoin meme coins easily by just using their credit card, their Apple Wallet, whatever it may be, PayPal for that matter. which will allow people to have full chain abstraction. But basically, it just allows for easy buying and easy selling. That's the best part, and that's the thing that's prevented runes from really fully reaching full adoption. And not only that, you could see that runes are going to follow suit on Vector.fun. Now, you do know that Dog is on Vector as a Solana wrap token, but soon that will no longer be the case. Sooner or later, I think what will happen is that Vector.fun will also follow what Slingshot is doing. Since MoonPay is integrated with Vector.fun, you'll soon see now runes on Vector.fun. But it doesn't even stop there. Even a more bullish case scenario is going to be Moonshot. Now, Moonshot is more centralized. Let's just be real. Moonshot's more centralized, and also they list more Solana tokens, not so much Ethereum or even especially Bitcoin meme coins. They have 0 Bitcoin meme coins for that matter. So what I could see is that Vector.fun and Moonshot will most likely see all the activity happening within Slingshot, and they're going to try to figure out a way to have Bitcoin runes on their platforms. And what will happen is Bitcoin runes will then have a domino effect of not just these apps, but also centralized exchanges as well, because MoonPay has a ton of different partnerships with Ledger, with different credit card companies, you name it, even PayPal for that matter. This will allow Bitcoin runes and Bitcoin meme coins across all platforms. This is what we talk about when Operation Dog Domination started, is to provide as many buy buttons as much as possible. So this is why we're seeing MoonPay, Magic Eden, and Slingshot posting about runes over the past 24 hours. This is just the very beginning, and why you're seeing in the charting analysis the very beginning of a reversal for Dog Bitcoin. Now, what's really important about this is that this is the max pain zone. And when there's max pain zone, you're seeing a 90% discount on Dog Bitcoin. And then when it reaches into the buy zone, which is above 170 million market cap, then you're going to start to see a regular price of Dog, meaning that you are at a discounted price, but roughly be around a 70% discount. Then when we pass above 380 million market cap, then you're roughly getting a 50% discount. So this is why we're saying right now, this is the time to dollar cost average, because in the MACD, what you're seeing is we're reversing out of the seller's market. Once these histogram bars flip into the buyer's market, you're going to see these blue and orange lines flip above this purple line, which is the resistance level, which flips from a seller to a buyer's market. Once that flips above that, then you're going to start to see crazy euphoric trends to the upside. No matter what, you're going to see this integration of Bitcoin runes on all these different platforms surpass Dog above $1 billion. Then sooner or later, it's going to hit $2 billion, and it's not going to stop there. It's going to hit $5 billion regardless. That's where I see it actually going in this meme coin super cycle. And if you don't believe me, I want you to study this specific chart right here. You can go ahead and pause the video if you want, but I shared this very early on in 2024. This was my bear case, my base case, and my bull case scenario for Dog Bitcoin. So based on what we're going to see is the token price of Bitcoin, followed by the market cap that is reflected of the Bitcoin price. Then in the base case scenario, we can see that runes will make up 1% of Bitcoin's market cap, because we do know that Shiba Inu and Bonk make up roughly around 1 to 3% of their native chain's market cap. So why not the entire runes ecosystem at least having 1%? This is what's reflected in that price. And in most case scenarios based on Dog's history is that it makes up roughly around 36 to even 46% of the runes market cap. And if that were the case, then you'll see the price of Dog reflected. So this is the bear case for Dog's price, the base case for Dog's price, and then the bull case for Dog's price. So I'm telling you right now, this price at around 150 million market cap will surpass 1 billion, 2 billion, 5 billion in the bear case scenario, in my personal opinion. So seeing this at 150 million, this is a no-brainer. I've been dollar cost averaging, sharing my trades on X as much as possible. So you understand why I'm getting this feeling that this is going to be unstoppable. So there you go, everything in a nutshell, why I'm so bullish around MoonPay, around Slingshot, and how that's a cascading effect of not just these mobile apps integrating runes. It's also going to be tier 1 centralized exchange listing, which I mentioned in yesterday's video. So this is everything in a nutshell. I hope that you've really enjoyed. Until then, I'll make another video on Monday next week. I have some things cooking, but until then, please, by supporting the channel, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our X platform to receive all the updates regarding Dog Bitcoin. Until then, see you guys girls next time.